Tonight, I want to forget the box office, forget about the drama behind the scenes, and really dive into the question, was Obsession actually a good movie by any standard? And tonight, that's the conversation I want to have, and the question that I'd like to answer. I want to talk about what worked, what didn't work, and had the script come across my desk as a producer prior to production, what notes would I have given? Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Nick Williams Show. My name is Nick Williams. I'm an independent filmmaker and producer from Boston, and this is The Nick Williams Show. It's a live filmmaking podcast that takes place every Monday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern here on the East Coast, the best coast, the only coast. And joining me is my wonderful and glorious producer, Mr. Ed.
Hey, Nick. Thanks for having me.
Edmund, I couldn't do it, wouldn't do it without you. How are you tonight?
I'm been better. I actually caught a cold late last week, and
you did.
I'm just coming over it.
You're
over it.
You're coming over the cold?
Coming over it, yeah. I'm getting over it right now. If you can hear in my voice, I'm a little nasally.
I can. Before we get started, make sure that you like this video and click subscribe so that you can join the community, and make sure that you're joining us in the live chat or leaving a comment down below if you happen to catch this video later in the week. But realistically, I love to interact with people here live on the show, although I probably will respond to your comment if you leave one down below. Ed, let's talk about our little date. Because you and I went on a little date.
Well, it was more of a double date.
It was a double date. Okay, so I tried to make it sound like Edmund and I were on a date. But we went on a little double date yesterday, and we went and saw Obsession in theaters.
Yeah, I had a great time.
I too, had a great time. Honestly, I don't go to the theater that often, but based on last week's episode where I had to see this person's name in the credits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
At the end of the movie, and I wasn't willing to wait for it to come out on HBO Max or whoever decides to buy Shudder. It's an indie.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's obvious that Obsession is a global phenomenon, right? And apparently, Ed, I don't know if you know this or not, but it's the first movie since E.T. that is increasing its box office sales every week.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know that.
Week over week, usually you have the big open, big boom week, and then they say, well, what's it going to go down to next week? And then drops by 37% or whatever. No. Every week, the box office sales are going up. Now, that is a grassroots movement, I'm sure. There's obviously a lot of advertising that went into this film, but then also, everybody's catching on because, wouldn't you know it, people don't care that Hollywood spends $200 or $300 million on a production. They care about good original stories, like Obsession or E.T. But that was back in the day.
I mean, yeah, we had maybe 12 people in theater, but we weren't in the best side of town.
So that's the other thing I was going to say. There was a lot of talk online about, I haven't seen that many people in a theater since I went to see Star Wars Episode 3 or whatever it is, like 20 years ago. Shrek was the last time people were crammed into a theater.
Yeah.
There was nobody in the theater. There were 12 people. There was more than, 2 people. There have definitely been some instances, I can't put my finger on them now, but there have definitely been some instances in the past where I've been, the only person in the theater. Me and, whoever I'm with,
Okay.
Recently, I'm saying post-COVID.
Okay.
But this wasn't that. There were about 12, maybe 15 people max in the theater, I would say, right? Just to give a little bit of a rundown, I don't do these reviews the same way that other YouTube channels do. I'm not giving you a play-by-play of the movie. I like to talk about and do movie reviews as if you were there with me after we got out of the theater. So guess what? We all just watched Obsession. And if you haven't seen it yet, you're one of the losers that hasn't seen it yet, because it's becoming one of those things where, and I love this, and I pray that someday I'll make a movie that has this type of following. But it's becoming one of those things where if you're the loser who hasn't seen it, who are you? What have you been doing?
Should they keep watching if they haven't seen the film?
Yeah, if they don't want to watch the film and they don't care about spoilers or anything like that,
Okay.
But the way I want to break this episode down, Edmund, is I want to talk about it in three parts. So what we liked about the movie, what we didn't like about the movie, and then I want to talk about I want to put the old producer cap on and talk about things that I would have changed, because I had notes throughout the film. Less from like a cinematography standpoint, definitely didn't have any notes on the acting, but there were definitely some areas that, had I read the script prior to production, I would have said, question, what about this? Or what are we doing about that?
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that anything was necessarily bad or good. I want to talk about the things that worked and what didn't. And realistically, if you're a filmmaker out there and you're not subscribed to this channel, you should quit filmmaking and go be a barista. But if you are subscribed and you're a filmmaker, this episode is really going to talk about the things that worked well and why they worked well for this film, or why I think they worked well. And if you're a fan of the show, if you've ever seen the show before, you know that Nick's always right. So I would pay attention if I was you.
Yeah.
When have I been wrong?
No, I can't think of a time.
Right. So enough with the and
I was agreeing.
Yeah. All right, great. Well, Edmund, why don't you kick us off? We watched it together. What did you, because I know your list is a little bit shorter than mine, regarding what you liked about the film, but why don't we talk about the story first? So the story is, right, you have an anxiety-ridden incel who, instead of manning up and talking to girls, decides to make a wish on a stick to get laid and ruins his life and the lives of everyone around him in the process.
Yeah.
Big underlying thing with this is be careful what you wish for, I guess.
Totally.
Right? And love is more than skin deep. Because I don't know how much he loved her after she went a little cuckoo.
Yeah, he didn't really
Bananas.
love her after that. Although he put up with her for quite a bit.
I got to tell you, Ed, I was going to, tonight, because normally I'm very sarcastic and I make a lot of jokes that are off color. I almost went the route of like, this is why I don't go, you know what I mean? But I was like, maybe it's a little too much. I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
It's funny, but it's like, not this month. It's not the right month for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What did you like about the story, though?
Story. It was.
Or did you like the story?
I
Like
did, yeah.
overall, did you enjoy the film?
Yeah, I did. It was something I feel like I haven't seen in a while.
In what way? Can you elaborate on that? I'm not being a prick.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of I want to say it's like kind of a newer idea, but it's not, because he kind of ripped the idea supposedly from a Simpsons episode. Although this has gone back to writings of, the Twilight Zone. Everything's been done before. You can't say this is a brand new idea. Although I
won't say it's a brand new idea. I will say that certain things like the where she's smiling, standing there smiling. He said he got inspired by the movie Pearl. There's a big smile at the end of that film.
Okay.
I'm all about it. If you can rip from other people, turn it into your own thing, and make it really good, because clearly whatever he ripped from other people, if that's what it was, and I'm not saying it's not an original story. First of all, his dad helped him write it. His dad's a very successful playwright.
I didn't know that until I looked it up on IMDb the other day.
Right. So his dad's very successful playwright and helped him structure it. I got notes for the father. Okay? I got notes for the father. But 26 years old YouTuber makes this movie. And I got to say, the story was great.
Yeah.
The story was great. How many people, especially younger people, because it's like a thing now, you know all about this. Guys that are like, have to get drunk to talk to girls or whatever it is.
No,
or like
you have to buy a special gift at a gem store to talk to a girl.
Yeah. Yeah, these fucking losers. I mean, how, like, this is, it's funny because if you're like an incel, if you're like a person who can't talk to people, definitely one of those movies where you're like, well, I was going to make a wish on a stick, but I guess that doesn't work either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess I'm fucked. That kind of deal.
I like this series of events leading up to the end. That was really good.
That would be the movie. What do you, the series of events leading up to the end? Yes, that would be. That would be what a story is.
I like
a series
the
of
story.
events.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Any standout moments for you? Things that you liked?
For the story or
yeah,
the film?
The story specifically.
I do like how we're kind of curious why Ian, his friend, was kind of telling him not to tell Nikki that, that bear liked her.
Because he was banging her. What do you mean?
Yeah. Because we found out later in the end.
Yeah. We found
he was
out.
sleeping with her.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, that was really funny in the beginning. I like the opening shot where you.
Would Nick? Can we? That's a plot point. You know, I wanted to break it. No. I'll save it. Go ahead.
The opening shot was great, where you think he's actually like coming out to Nikki and saying like,
That wasn't this movie.
"Oh, I'm sorry, not coming out." Revealing
He stayed in.
true, revealing his true love for her, and he's actually just doing it. He's testing it on a waitress at the nearby diner, and they all are kind of like, "Oh, this is really." Like,
Yeah, I thought it was cute.
it was pretty funny. Yeah,
A funny thing. And she goes,
yeah, and then
"That's so
and
special."
Ian goes, "Okay, you can go back to your work."
Would have been great. See, okay, I can't help me with the notes. We can go through the whole. Let's just do it that way.
All
Let's do it that way because I can't break it down into 2 sections because everything we mention, whatever. Would it not have been funnier? And listen, the movie's good, okay? You can stop watching now. Go watch Obsession. If you want to learn something or if you want to have a little bit of fun and if you like sarcasm and some dark humor, stick around. I think you're going to enjoy this episode quite a bit. But I got to say, would it not have been funnier to cut back to the girl had it not been the girl? It had been like an elderly woman waitress who's like, "We're out of apple juice." You know what I mean? Like, that's great. Did you want your egg sunny side up or what, honey?
That would have been great.
That would have been so flow. It would have, you know what I mean? She's like old diner. She's chewing gum, makeup on the face. I just think that would have been a great, funny, kitschy kind of opening. Instead, we get incel with douchebag friend who's like, "That's what you're going to say? That's what you're going to say?"
He was pretty supportive. He stayed and told him to.
He was supportive of him not telling her so
Yeah,
that he could
that's
continue
true.
banging her.
Yeah.
Now, this is my next thing, right? Right off the bat, this is my next thing. Would Nikki bang that guy? Nikki ain't banging that guy.
No.
Nikki ain't banging that guy.
She
It's
said
not
that
happening.
in the car ride on the way home.
Said what?
She was like, "Do you like me?" And he was like, "As a friend." She's like, "Good."
No, not Bear. I'm saying Ian.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Nikki ain't banging Ian.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, the acting in this, tremendous. Like, I would say Oscar worthy, even though I hate the Oscars, but just to give you the caliber of the acting, these are all. Did you know? Besides the Ian kid, the douchebag kid, who's not really a douchebag, but I'm saying Ian's a douchebag in the movie. He's like Curry Barker's. You to me.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's in every YouTube video, every sketch, everything. They're like best friends. They whatever, right? You like that? Oh, my best friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I love you. So anyway, Ian and Curry are like a me and you kind of type beat, you know? And so he's in everything. And he was in this and he plays a douchebag. Now, I'm going to go with character names because that's how they were introduced to me. Doesn't take anything away from the actors or actresses in the film. And I think they all did a great job as their characters. But just to keep things flowing nicely, Bear is Bear, Nikki is Nikki, Ian is Ian, Sarah's Sarah. Okay, we're just going to talk about them like that. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear it. Ian's a douche. Kind of chunky. I can say that. Okay, kind of chunky. Nikki's a 10. She's like a Laconia 50. She's like a Rhode Island 12. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a Boston 15. She's like, Nikki is a beautiful girl, and Ian's not. He's just not. He's kind of douchey.
He's confident.
Which helps.
Yeah.
I know that from experience. Confidence definitely helps. But yeah, and he's also Bear's best friend. And Bear has been obsessed with Nikki for quite a while, right?
Yeah.
Grandmother dies. She had some sort of ailment that required some oxys that were kept in the cupboard that the cat gets into when Bear gets home.
Those were Bear's grandmothers?
Yes, that's his grandmother's house. Did we
Yes.
watch the same movie?
We
Or were we
did.
just staring into my eyes the whole
I
time
was-
on our date?
I was occupied trying to grab popcorn out of your bag without you noticing.
I noticed. That wasn't popcorn.
I thought it was his, like, I don't know, pills for his...
Anxiety
Anxiety
or
or
whatever.
something,
Okay, so
yeah.
that's the other thing, right? Like, this kid is, like, riddled with mental abnormalities. What's the politically correct term? He's a fucking idiot. Like, he's a little, like, he's a little, like,
I don't know.
anxious, yeah, but, like, look at the people he hangs out with. Like, he's, like...
But he's only hanging out with these people because he works with them, and they share that bond of being coworkers.
You don't have the person at work where you're like, that guy's not coming. That guy's not coming.
Yeah, of course there's that person, yeah.
Bear would be that guy. He's not coming.
Nah, I'd bring him.
Okay. Maybe I am Ian. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I am like Ian.
I'm not Bear, but maybe. Hey.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, but you're not, anxiety-ridden.
Mm.
But see, here's the thing. This is the difference between, like, Ian and Bear and me and you, is that I am always telling you, like, no, Edmund, like, go do that thing, like, whatever, like, are you crazy? Like, you absolutely can do that. You'd be like, I can't do it. I'd be like, get off your ass and go do that thing. Ian's like, no, you should totally not tell her that you like her.
He kept saying, just push it, like, do it later.
Do it at the right time.
Yeah.
Don't ruin trivia night for me.
Yep.
Crazy move, right? Then there's Sarah, who's a little gothy.
Yeah.
Fucked around a lot in high school.
Smoke cigarettes.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. We love smoking cigarettes.
Although, smoking kills, which is what ended up happening.
I'm not advocating for it. I'm saying in movies, it's cool.
No, I'm saying
it's one of the things that made me want to make movies. It was like Casablanca with the guy with the cigarettes all the time. I'm like,
died
great.
while smoking.
Was she smoking?
Yeah.
But smoking didn't kill her.
Yeah, that's true.
Could have been. It was a comorbidity, if you will.
Yeah. Died.
Smoking was a comorbidity
Yeah,
for Sarah.
Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, so the pills were his grandmother.
Pills with the grandmothers, and the cat, while he's away practicing his vulnerabilities with his best friend and waitress, that has nothing to do with the story, the cat gets into the oxys. The cat's had a problem for a long time, was off the sauce for quite a while, couldn't help it, comes home, dead cat. The dead cat, did it look like a real dead cat?
No, it did not.
It didn't. It looked like a stuffed fucking animal.
It really did, yeah.
This is the difference between $7.50 and a mill. For a mill, we kill a real cat. Put it on the table in front of you. There it is.
Tell everyone it's a prop. It's not a prop.
Not a prop.
Yeah.
$7.50. Make a sandwich with it. $7.50. $7.50 gets you a stuffed animal that you say, that's the cat. Okay, it's a movie. That's the cat. Wasn't a cat. Okay. So the cat's dead. He's very sad about the cat being dead. Here's one of the plot things that the cat thing didn't jive. It didn't jive with me, the cat storyline. Okay, it's the one character in the film that I was like, what are we doing? But here's the deal. So the cat's dead, right? And then they go out to the bar. Except Nikki calls Bear first, excuse me. And he does this, like, I lost my crystal necklace thing, and I'm quitting the job. She's quitting the record store. We never see that again because she goes into fucking Looney Tunes mode, okay? Not her fault. Strong, independent. But she goes little fucking Looney Tunes. Now, here's the thing. She calls him and says she lost the crystal necklace. I was not a fan of the fact that he went and bought the One Wish Willow but didn't buy a crystal necklace. Why not buy both? Like that little Dora the Explorer chick in the taco commercial who's like, ¿Por qué no los dos? How come you didn't buy both? All right? That's why nobody will fuck you. You bought something for you.
Yeah, he did.
Selfish fuck. That's the whole point of Bear, by the way. He's an anxiety-ridden incel who's only involuntarily celibate because he's a selfish fuck. Okay? And I'm sure the actor's a great guy. Talking about Bear, keep up. Because I really am not a fan of Bear, to be honest with you. I think he is the Bond villain of this film. Like, he's not a good guy.
Yeah.
All right? So anyway, Bear decides he's going to buy this One Wish Willow. I don't know what his like motivation for purchasing the One Wish Willow.
With me too. He was like, "Oh, this is going to work," but like, did he not have like any contacts, like any background people telling him like, "Oh, this is a device that will grant a wish"? He didn't see somebody walking out with it to like and spark his memory, like, "Oh, that's something cool."
Sure.
He saw this little thing that grants you a wish, and he believed it.
He did, and he believed it. And even if he didn't believe it, he believed it enough to spend $6.99 plus tax on it, which is fucking wild for a stick. Okay. Now I will say, to Curry's credit, the design and the look of the packaging for the One Wish Willow is perfect. It's perfect. It reminded me of those candy cigarettes. You know, old school 1950s kind of like screen printed design on the packaging. It was absolutely perfection.
Art department.
Art department, kudos to you. Kudos. If you weren't such a bitch, I'd hire you on one of my productions. I'm just kidding. But like, I wouldn't hire you. So no, but but
the
no.
noise it made too was really good.
The noise was great. The snap was great. We love a good snap. But I didn't understand the purchase of the One Wish Willow. I didn't know what she lost a crystal necklace, not a One Wish Willow.
He needed the confidence to break it, or the wish to grant her the love for him.
I understand why he purchased it. I don't know why Bear purchases it. Like, I understand for the story why it was purchased, why it needed to be purchased, and I think it's a great thing. It would have been cool to me. Here's note number 1, right? If I was reading the script and I would have said, hey, Kirby, I just got a note. Just a little development thing, little thing. What if he gets the crystal thing and the lady or guy behind the counter is a fucking creep, because they are people that believe in crystals and shit, okay? Doesn't mean they're bad. They're fucking creepy, though. All right? That guy at the end didn't look like he showered at all. What if it was like, hey, Ann, why don't you take one of these too?
Yeah.
Like, toss this in.
Yeah.
And he's like, what is this shit? Like, it would have been better if he didn't believe it. If it was like an upsell, extra included with every crystal necklace comes with a One Wish Willow. If it had been something that was kind of bestowed upon him.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it doesn't make sense to me. Why the fuck would he buy a One Wish Willow when he only went into Creepville, USA, the store.com, to buy a crystal necklace? That was my thought. Now, it doesn't mean you don't use the One Wish Willow as a gag or as the motivating thing for the story. I love the concept of the One Wish Willow. How do we get there, though, and can we make that land a little bit more in reality? That's my thought. Okay? Because, again, you got to set rules. You got to set rules for your story. You can't have Harry Potter if you don't have Privet Drive. Okay? If you don't have Privet Drive, it's all bullshit. If you have Privet Drive, now it makes the world of Harry Potter, meaning Britain, under the stairs.
Okay.
If you don't have reality, you don't have wizardy. Then it's all bullshit. Nobody buys it. They buy Harry Potter that you believe that wizards could be real when you're 11 years old watching that, because it starts in reality, and then it's like, oh, well, if you tap these bricks the right way, everything opens up, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
it's like those are rules that you have to set in order for things to be believable. In my opinion, these are things that make a good movie. Maybe you get that for $1 million. You know, $750. Fuck it, you buy the One Wish, and you don't buy the crystal necklace. He buys the One Wish Willow. He doesn't give it to her, which I thought he was like, oh, I have something for you. I thought he was going to give her the One Wish Willow. I didn't know. Like, it just doesn't fucking add up for me.
I know.
How we get to that point. But we get there anyway. Whatever. Okay? Whatever.
So he's driving her home.
Driving her home afterward. They're chit-chatting. They're talking about stuff. There's like a weird flirty moment before they get in the car. To drive away, where she kind of like with her fucking eyes or whatever, and he starts sweating, and is like, "Don't look, I have to sit down." Whatever, you know. Such a pussy. I can't stand Bear. I would want to shake him and be like, "Fucking say something," you know what I mean? Anyway, it doesn't matter. They go home. And she's like, she asks him, like, do you like me? And he's like, no. We're friends. And she even says, because also Sarah likes Bear, which is real. Now, here's the thing. If you're an incel, you can't be picky. You're a fucking incel. Okay? Nobody will touch you because you wear a drug rug sweatshirt thing, and you look like you don't shower already. From jump, you look like not clean, Bear. Mm-hmm. Okay? Which I get it. It's the shtick of the film, whatever. Ian, chubby, showers. Bear, could be attractive. No shower, no girlfriend. Doesn't matter, though, because creepy chick, right? She's like...
Sarah?
Yeah, the half-Asian.
Goth girl?
Yeah, goth girl, whatever, with the tattoos and the whatever. Right? Nose ring, shit like that. She likes him. She likes his scent because he doesn't shower.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not good enough for Bear. He's an incel who wants top tier stuff, right? But he can't get it. See why I'm saying he's a douchebag? Guy's a fucking douchebag. Anyway, can't get the girl, whatever. And he was like, oh, I got something for you, blah, 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 remind me. Doesn't give it to her. Sitting in the car, and the switch after he makes the wish, and
she walks into the house.
No, she walks up to the stairs.
Yeah. No, she goes into the house.
She didn't go into the house. Because the next shot is that wide shot of her just standing at the door. She doesn't go in.
I thought she went in, all of a sudden she appears outside already.
No, she didn't go in.
Okay.
She was about to. She didn't because he said, I wish Nikki Freeman, which also there's a lot of talk online about her last name being Freeman and how like she's not free at all because she's captive by the incel. Anyway, so he's standing goes, I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anybody in the fucking world. And all of a sudden we cut to that wide. It's the most beautiful, like, that's the other thing I got to compliment Curry Barker on, by the way. I love a director who also edits their films. I love that Curry Barker edited this because it means that during the filming, he was shooting to the edit, which is also a huge reason why I guarantee you they were able to make this movie for $750 because he shot for the edit. He knew what he wanted. He knew what he was looking for. And it's not a lot of extra shit. It's like, this is the scene. This is what I want to do. It's not going to cut with this. Like, I already know, you know? So because of that, having that much of a plan and having that singular vision cuts down on there's no opinions. This is what we're shooting. This is the story. This is how I'm going to edit it. This is how it's going to cut together. I love that because it's like, oh, okay, you have a vision in mind. It's not like, well, I really like to get an over the shoulder. Fuck you. That's not what I want to shoot here. This is how I want to shoot it. So it's very, very good. We cut to that wide shot. She's standing there. And she comes back, and immediately she's kind of glitchy. She's like, yeah, I don't feel well, yeah. Like,
and she starts playing with him, like, oh, are we going back to your house? What's going on? You coming in?
He's like, what in the fuck is going on? And immediately, my dad's dying, whatever, manipulation, nation.
But my favorite part, which happens, I think, 2 more times after this.
Go.
Is she's looking at him, and then she's like, wait a minute. I'm acting weird right now. Why did I just do that? And he's like, oh, I know you are acting different. And then she's like, oh, and then she switches back to the crazy, I'm in love with you. So she goes back to her normal self a couple times.
Yeah.
And she goes right back to crazy Nikki.
Right. And it's cool because it's almost like this like wish takes a minute to kind of catch on.
Yeah.
It's like a thing that comes in waves and then it's full blown. I love that, by the way.
It was really good.
I thought that was so incredibly well done. Like, it's all performance. Like, that's the thing. There was no, like, weird camera trick. There was no filter that went over when we're in weird, freaky Nikki land versus regular Nikki. Like, it was, like, all performance.
Yeah, it was really good.
This indie...
Navarrete?
That's the one. Aced it. She aced it. She fucking aced it. And I'm not saying that Bear didn't ace the role either, or that Ian didn't ace the role, or that Sarah didn't ace the role. Easy roles. Easy roles. It's easy to be a douchebag. All right? It's easy to be the kid that's, like, scared of girls. Oh, no, girls. This is a possessed girl who walks in reverse. Okay? Sometimes. My favorite glitchy moment was the makeout thing where she wakes up and she falls off the bed and she freaks out. So cool. I mean, so cool. Like, what a cool concept. You can't get that from shitty acting. Like, if she was no good, it would not have worked. The movie would not be good if she was not good.
Exactly.
Indy, you're a genius, and you have a huge career ahead of you. That's what an amazing performance. It was really beautiful. Scary as fuck, but also very beautiful. Nicely done. Okay, so there's this and that and the other thing. I like that there was a lot of sense of humor. I'm not going to lie. I can't lie. Call me George Washington. I cannot tell a lie, okay? Some of the humor, little YouTubey. Little sketch comedy, YouTubey, very Curry Barker. Definitely a him film, because if you've watched anything that he's made over the last 10 years, it's that style of humor.
I wish there was no humor in it.
Really?
Yeah.
So they say, and by they I mean the world, they say that horror and comedy are like 1 degree off from each other. Okay. And there's always a little bit of humor in every horror film. I think I think comedy can kind of ground the horror a little bit because some things happen that are so ridiculous that if it happened in real life, you'd be like, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? you know? One of the moments that I actually liked, this YouTube-y style of humor that I'm talking about, was when he calls the customer service line.
I didn't like that.
You didn't like that you want to cancel the wish and then he can't cancel
what
it?
I would have wanted to happen was some generic like customer service line, and then so the customer service like answers his questions like, oh, did your wish not happen? Do you want to cancel the wish? I wanted to be like a quirky like lady, be like, oh, thanks for calling.
It would have been funnier. See, that's the thing. It could have been really funny.
But like I want it to be like some person's job.
But that would have been funny. His life is falling apart. That's what I'm saying. Had some, like, woman named Betsy, you know, answered the phone, like, thanks for calling Make-A-Wish. Well, not Make-A-Wish, but I guess it was his dying wish. It doesn't matter.
But then the part that was scary was he was like, oh, do you want to talk to Nikki right now? And all of a sudden in the background you hear her screaming.
I loved that, by the way.
I did too. That's why I didn't think Curry should have been doing that role as like, thanks for calling.
Oh, he's like a pothead. He's like, imagine like some pothead at home who like answers the phone. He's like, hey, what's up? You know?
Okay.
Like, think about one of the people in the store. Some pothead is like, yeah, we don't really do that. Like some guy, you know what I mean? Like imagine if you're a weed dealer. They don't even have those anymore because it's illegal. But imagine it's like 05. And I'm just saying. And like imagine your weed dealer has a customer service line.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that vibe to me.
Yeah.
You're right, though. The scary part of it was, do you want to talk to her? And it's almost like he opens a door down the hall. Do you want to talk? And she's like tied to a chair screaming. The thing that I found so awesome about that is that it takes the whole story to another level of like having your body be the vehicle, but your spirit is who you are. And so it's like your spirit is in this other room. You get replaced by corrupted spirit wish thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I love that. I love playing with that concept. I think that's very, very interesting. The possession thing. I liked it. I didn't mind the customer service line. I thought that was a little YouTube-y, the cancel. And then he's like, well, what do you mean? You just made it sound like I could cancel. The audience was laughing. I giggled. I will say in the theater, there was somebody behind me who was doing this like every time something was even moderately funny. The person like right behind, they must have been leaning forward. They were in my ear like, and I was like, I'm going to stab them. It was annoying as
Oh, you're leaning back in your recliner.
Well, it was a nice theater with nice reclining seats.
It was.
Kind of a small theater, to be honest with you. It's all right.
We should have sat in the back. Next time we'll sit in the back.
Next time you can buy the fucking tickets.
Okay.
And you can plan which seats. The back seats were not available except for like the very sides.
Nobody was in the back.
I didn't want to watch from the side.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to either.
Anyway, this is why. Anyway. So I like that. Blah, 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 blah. It's a great performance. Just looking at my notes here. What else we got? Oh, the effects. So I think because of the advancements of technology, everything becomes, and we kind of talked about this when we saw some of those previews beforehand, every horror film does the like walking up the walls and like crazy stuff, and like some CG is okay, but like sometimes it looks a little cartoony, okay? There was none of that in this. Nothing, and I think it made it scarier, honestly. Nothing about this felt like, oh yeah, that's bullshit. Like everything was practical, I'm saying. There was no, that I saw. I mean, I'm sure they enhanced
when she stabbed herself in the face with the bottle, I thought that looked a little CG, but how are you going to make that real?
I didn't think it was CG. She probably just used a shitty bottle. CG, like computer generated? I'm talking about like had she like crawled up the ceiling or something. I'd be like, all right, fuck off. And I do like practical effects, including using reversing footage. Yeah, that was good. That looked phenomenal. And it's, you know exactly what it is, but it still looks unsettling during the film. Loved the use of the gaffer on this, or the lighting, or, you know, the DP, whoever decided this shit. Great use of silhouettes. Yeah. Lots of people walking by windows and things of that nature. I thought it was absolutely beautifully done. And there's one shot that really stood out to me, which is she goes home with Ian. He says, I don't think I can take you home tonight. She goes, I know, I'm just grabbing my purse, right? He's a little freaked out. Ian takes her home. She showers, changes, puts on a beautiful, like, little skimpy thing,
Yeah.
and shows up outside Bear's house, and he's like, why are you here? And she's completely silhouetted, except a catchlight in her eyes. And I thought that was so well done.
Yeah.
I just loved it. I thought it was beautiful. I don't know if it was put in post. I don't know if it was done practically. I don't give a shit. It was beautiful.
Was practically.
I think it was practically,
They
too.
had a small, underpowered light.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful. Yeah, so really cool there. Great lighting. Cinematography. Honestly, people are like, cinematography, I don't mean this the way it sounds. It was kind of basic. Like, there wasn't anything, not a lot of moving camera stuff that I saw. There was nothing too crazy. There was a shot that I really liked, which is when he wakes up alone, when she's hiding in the corner.
I wanted to talk about this.
Go.
That was one of my favorite scenes. Because
where she's hiding in the corner?
Yeah, I think there's a scene prior when he wakes up and she is either making breakfast for him or she was doing something really weird where you knew where she was. And then the second scene when he wakes up.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, at 3:25 in the morning.
Yes.
And then he's like, where is she? And this is after she's done a bunch of freaky stuff. And then he's looking around the room. He calls out for her.
She screams or something, right? And that makes him look around the room, and the camera like looks around the room.
Something happens. Yeah,
I love that. I love that we went immediately POV. It was extremely unsettling.
Yeah.
And the camera is like looking all over the room the same way you would, and you don't see her. And then she's right there in the corner.
She was there the whole time, but she was a silhouette or a dark object in the corner. And she moves. She's like, "Oh, I just want to watch you sleep. Don't go back to sleep, please." And then she screams, "Get back to sleep!" And it's really scary. And then she moves around the room. Really
I'm watching
creepily.
you sleep has to be the craziest line. I'd be like, "Get the fuck out of my house." How about that? How about I watch you leave?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was crazy. And why are you so far away? Like, think about like a mom watching a sick child sleep.
Yeah.
They sit right next to the bed. You know, here you go, honey. I brought you some tea with honey in it, right? I'm watching you sleep. I'm trying to, whatever. In the fucking back corner. How can you even see anybody? You're in the back corner
Super
watching
creepy.
him
It was
sleep.
so good.
So creepy. Then she goes off on this thing. You don't love me this way I love you. And it's not mutual. And just crazy, crazy. It was very solidifying for me in my beliefs. I'll say that.
She also was saying, I guess, after she said, "I want to watch you sleep," I think that's when she had her monologue of like, "My dreams are so scary. You have no idea what's in my dreams," or something like that.
Yeah.
Where I believe I read a comment where that was like the real Nikki saying like, "I'm not in your dreams" or something like that. Or
something
you're not
like
in my
that, right?
you're not in my dreams. That was it, I think.
Right.
But very creepy.
All right, let's talk about, can we talk about this fucking cat lunch?
Which let's do it.
The cat lunch was not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It was not my favorite. That was the same way you feel about Curry Barker answering the phone thing. Cat lunch was not my favorite. Not because it was gross, but I felt the way the scene played out, I would have altered that. I think it would have landed better. Like, first of all, who's going to open a sandwich with that thing watching you sleep? Okay? Who's going to open a lunch and just dig in?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just going to dig in. You made me lunch. Oh, thanks. I'm hungry. My little food critic. And here's the other thing. I understand the creepiness, but there was a montage, before we get to the cat thing, really quick, sorry to go backtrack, but hear me out. There was a montage of like their relationship being perfect with a little bit, but not a lot of creepiness in the montage. Everything seemed great. Lots of sex, non-consensual sex.
Yeah, the sex, her face, she was moaning, but her face.
Oh, not
was
that one. We're not there yet. We're not
right.
there yet. I'm talking about the montage scene. Like
Yeah.
they were very happy. Do you have feelings for me? That kind of thing. They go right in the pink dress when she says like, "Would you be freaked out if I said I had feelings for you? Do you have feelings for me?" And then they go right into this montage of like this sexcapade, perfect life. But then there's an AI comic kind of thing that she shows him that she made on her phone, like with a Google Gemini type thing, right?
I remember now, yeah.
And it says, "I love you so much, I want to wear your skin."
I don't remember that part.
Yeah. And I was like, oh. That's why I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
That's creepy. And then at one point she cuts his hair.
While he's sleeping.
While he wakes up and his hair has been cut. A lock of his hair is missing. Right, by the way? Not inconspicuous. Right from the front. Not a good spot to cut someone's hair. Not going to give tips
What
on
did
how
she
to...
do with that hair,
Who
though?
fucking knows?
She didn't put that in, like, the cat sandwich later?
That's what I thought was going to be
Yeah.
in the sandwich, was hair. I don't know why his hair would be in there, but it would have grossed me out more had there been hair in the food. I can't do hair in the food. Edmund knows this about me. It's like a thing.
I love hair in the food, and I get it at every restaurant I go.
Cannot do hair in the food. I refuse. Okay? Like, I'll literally leave. I can't do hair in the food.
Mm-hmm.
I like watching Midsommar.
Never seen it.
Okay, there's a hair in a muffin. And I'm like, I'll stop watching the movie.
There's
Okay?
a hair in my muffin at that event we went to.
I can't
There's a hair in all my food. It's messed up.
I can't do hair in the food. I really can't. It really, really grosses me out. Cat, it's a meat. It's a meat. But I didn't... This is the cat thing. The whole cat storyline just didn't add up for me. I understand the creepiness of the possession, of the obsession, of the wanting to love. But even if you love and lust after somebody, whatever it is, what would have been creepier, and I'm not advocating for self-harm in any... We're talking about a fucking movie here, right? It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting if she, like, cut a piece of her forearm out and fried it up in some butter and put that in the sandwich.
Like,
Do you
maybe
get what
she
I'm
had some
saying?
tattoos, and then he noticed a tattoo on one of the, like, pieces of meat, and he's like, wait, that's part of her tattoo. Yeah, something.
Something where it's like, I want to be in you. I want to be a part of you. I want
Yeah.
you to, like... That would have been more... Why the cat? Why would she do that? Even as the possessed demon who's obsessed and loves him, why would she make him eat a cat? It's almost like a practical joke.
Yeah.
Like something you would do to someone you don't like, as opposed, like, I'm gonna make you eat your dead cat, haha. Like, if the goal is to get him to love you as much as you love him, why the fuck would you make him eat his dead cat?
I don't know.
It would have been better, in my opinion, if she had helped him bury the cat. If she had really, like, done some manipulative ass shit in the beginning to really get him on the, and he's like, oh my God, my life is perfect. Like, during that montage, if we had lived there a little bit longer, if there had been more substance instead of just a quick montage, I'd be like, oh my God, the wish worked. Like, don't you want the audience to believe a little bit that the wish Willow thing, like in my mind, wouldn't it be better to have the audience think to themselves, at least throughout the whole, like, whose side are we on is what I'm asking. Who is the audience? Do we believe that the One Wish Willow is supposed to be a good thing and then we all find out that it's a bad thing? Or, you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, where that's a little confused. I would have liked it a little bit more if I, as the audience watching it for the first time, I would want to think to myself, I could cure all my problems with One Wish Willow. That would be sick. And then you find out, like, by the end of the movie, you go, oh, fuck, I don't want to use a One Wish Willow. That would suck. You know what I mean?
Was the montage more of a reason for us to understand that Nikki has left the job because she put her 2 weeks in, and then all of a sudden that montage was 2 weeks, and then no one could see Nikki at work anymore because she quit?
No, because she comes back. She's still working there after. She didn't quit because real Nikki would have quit, hadn't quit yet, and then freaky Nikki stays working there. Remember, she goes back to work. She's staring at them when they're talking about her, and she's just blurry.
No, that was before the montage. I thought. No, it was not.
No, it was
Yeah,
no.
you're right.
This is afterward because things start going fucking haywire, and so they go to work, and she's like, you know,
Yeah, but the cat scene when he eats the cat, she's staying at home.
no, it was her day off. He said, "Enjoy your day off." She
Oh my
remember
God.
because
I
she
gotta pay
said,
attention more.
"It's okay." She said, "I can come with you," and he goes, "No, why don't you stay here?" And then he turns to the door. The door.
Great scene.
Great scene. Can I just say that I mean, this has been all over the internet, all right? And I've done my damnedest to not look anything up about this film ahead of time because I wanted to be fully immersed watching it. I did see some behind the scenes of how they made the door, and I knew that there was a door with duct tape on it at one point in the movie, and it's a horror movie, so that, like, made sense, whatever. But that was like weeks ago, and then I watched the movie yesterday, and I forgot about this door with the duct tape, and when it was revealed, it got me. I was like, fuck. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. That is, and it looked so good. Props again to the art department. Nice job. That's your last job, but Nice job.
What
I
didn't understand too was when he said just stay here and she stays in that position the whole time. She defecated herself, she urinated herself,
Yeah.
and she had scratches all over her body, which he asked her about, and she didn't have a reason why. I don't understand. Was she clawing at herself? Why?
You mean when he got home?
Yeah, why was she bloodied up and her shirt all
She had
scratched?
throw up all over herself.
Yeah.
She had vomited all over
I thought
herself.
that red stuff was blood.
Well, he said what happened, and she said I swallowed a bug, or I must have caught a bug.
Yeah.
And she was standing there all day.
Yeah, that was a funny part. When she
I
smiled like
loved that scene. And then you pan down, and she
tilt down.
Whatever. What am I, a DP now? Just look at her feet.
Very reminiscent to The Exorcist when the girl urinates herself.
Which, again, I think had to do with the throwing up. I think that was an homage as well.
Yeah.
And the smile was an homage to Pearl. And there's like a whole bunch of things in there. I love homage. Oh, my gosh. I love homage. But I thought that was great.
What about Sarah's death?
Yeah, let's talk about Sarah. So immediately, listen, whenever there's... Oh, can we talk about Conan's boy there? The owner of the store, Conan O'Brien's
Swedish German, Andy Richter?
Andy Richter. I hardly even knew her. Anyway, he's in there. He was the one who's going to get us the $750. That's how much Andy Richter's worth. You know how like you get somebody who's famous in your movie?
Yep.
That's
Everyone ran to the theater because Andy Richter was in
That's why I went. I went for Andy Richter, but I stayed for freaking
Not
Nicky.
Not a fan of Andy Richter.
He was mostly Boca.
Yeah.
Mostly Boca. Wonder how he feels about that.
He kind of played himself, too.
Yeah. Well, who else would he play?
I don't know.
Sarah?
No.
Was he also Sarah's dad?
He was somebody's father.
Sarah's.
Oh, yes.
Because he brings her the college letter. And he goes, one more to go, right? Hey, listen. These things happen, however he talks.
Yeah, when I didn't get that, I was like, why is your boss giving you letters? Like,
Probably because it's the dad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So the dad brings the letter and said, and she goes, well, that's what I get for fucking off in college.
High school.
And so I said, thank you. And so anyway, she pulls up. I don't know. This is another plot hole.
Yeah.
But I knew this was, when you talk about a scale of predictability, the second she texted him and said...
At 2:30 in the morning saying, I have to come
have
over,
important things to talk about. They can fucking wait till... It's 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Tell me tomorrow. Okay? Why couldn't they wait? Why couldn't those things wait? And if they really couldn't wait, why not make it like 9 o'clock at night?
Yeah. She had the letter already.
Right.
Postman doesn't come 12 o'clock at night.
Right. Also, when she had one college left to hear from, I knew she got in. Before he opened it, I was like, oh, she got into the last one.
Yeah.
Because that's how it goes. Because if she doesn't get in, we don't give a fuck. That's cheap. That was cheap. Predictability, I predicted it. I was like, yeah, she gets into Luther Art School. Okay? Fucking eyebrow, nose ring. I'm surprised she didn't have a fucking chain from the eyebrow to the nose.
Maybe in a sequel. Oh, actually,
I doubt it.
She's not going to make it in the sequel, actually.
I don't think she'll make it.
No.
Might have a chain with an eyeball hanging off the end of it.
Yeah, let's finish that scene up.
Right. So it's 2:30 in the morning. Important things to tell her, and this home-wrecking bitch shows up. Now, here's the thing. Remember in a couple of scenes prior, Freaky Nicky starts screaming at him in bed, going, "Don't leave!" Okay. But this time he was able to get up and go outside. Why? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, she still sleeping, quote unquote sleeping,
and that's when the real Nicky comes through and goes, "Kill me, please."
Yeah. But also, I feel like the
cute
possessed Nicky let him go so that she had a way to kill Sarah, because she's like, "Oh, you're gonna do this to my boyfriend? I'll plan this out."
I don't disagree with you, and I've got more on that toward the end, that I thought they could have reused that as well. They didn't. That's all right. But, okay, so she goes outside. They're sitting in the van, and this home-wrecking hoe is like, listen, I'm going to be a famous artist. Could have had all of this. Could have had all this. I was on your left.
I'm smoking cigarettes.
I'm smoking
cool.
cigarettes. I'm cool. Do
Playing
you
cool
see my
music.
tattoos? All right. You see this dark lipstick? I was on your left. Could have had this all over you. I was on your left. You should have kissed me. Bong, bong, bong. Saw it coming a mile away. Whole theater was like, ah! I'm like, fucking idiots.
Everyone knew it was coming, but nobody was
how
ready
could it
for
not
the
come?
time. I know.
It was too perfect. You had all of this like beautiful, like there was like violins and shit playing in the background, all this stuff, glass break, smash face, mannequin.
I actually giggled at that point because when
I loved it though. I love gore in movies. I thought it was great.
when she smashes the dummy into the steering wheel, she does a couple extra.
She was holding a brick with one hand.
Really?
You didn't see the brick,
no,
you
I was
idiot?
wondering what smashed
She
her head.
smashes both hands. One's holding a brick, the other one's holding her head.
I didn't
and
notice.
the brick beeps the car horn. I thought it was beautiful. Not that I advocate for shit like that, but in movies, fuck yeah, dude. That was great.
But
I thought
then,
that was
yeah,
great.
Her lifeless body is like now leaning back, and then it does a close up of
Do a close up
of the mannequin. It looks so fake, but it was funny.
I see horror, comedy. You're looking at a dead body and you're giggling.
Yeah.
1 degree. Eyeball hanging out the socket. Thought it was lovely. Now we're getting toward the end of the film, and this is where shit kind of goes a little awry for me because they have to take care of the body of Sarah, right? Here are my notes.
Yeah.
I got notes on the script. This is what I would have done differently. If I had received the script, I would have said, why doesn't, and this would have been motivated as well, why doesn't he take the body, whatever, with Nikki? They go to the record store, right, to get supplies to dump the body.
Yep.
Why doesn't he ditch Nikki at the record store? Get the hell out of town.
He didn't kill her. Nikki killed her, so he's not. Yeah.
So why wouldn't he
I don't know.
freak out? You know there's got to be like security cameras at the record store. There's got to be something. Like someone's going to see something, right? I'm thinking in a real world, right? There's got to be rules. So like why wouldn't he ditch and go right to Ian at that point? Or go by the One Wish Willow or whatever it is, right? Technically, like they like take care of the body, whatever, go home. Then he goes out, buys another One Wish Willow. Then he goes to Ian. It tries to convince Ian to use the One Wish Willow. I loved the $1 billion wish. I'm not going to lie. Because it was so in character for Ian. I thought it was great. I thought it was perfect.
He didn't believe him at all. I was like, fuck you. I wish for $1 billion.
Snap. Starts falling from. I watched the filming of that scene today. I thought that was great. I love the way they did it. I thought it was perfectly done. Beautiful. Okay? Here's where you lose me. Here's what I didn't like. Bear leaves and goes home. And Nikki's there. And Sarah's dead body's there, naked, in the chair. And Nikki has drawn Sarah's tattoos on herself. She's wearing Sarah's outfit, which is why Sarah's naked in the chair. And Nikki has either redone her hair or is wearing Sarah's scalp or something to make it look like she is like Sarah because she believes that he likes Sarah now, and she'll be more like Sarah, and then he'll love her the way that she loves him, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's motivated. Love all that stuff. What I don't like is that throughout the entire film, Ian, the best friend douchebag, has never come over to Bear's house a single fucking time, not one time, except for when he's a loose end that needs to be tied up.
Yeah.
Then he shows up and gets shot in the head really quickly, and he's gone right there on the floor. Why? Why would he go there? What I would have liked better was if during the $1 billion wish scene, if Nikki was right out through the glass on the front fucking lawn, dressed like Sarah, with the Sarah face or whatever, and Ian was like, what the fuck? And then she shoots him there. Why not kill him in his own house?
That's a good point.
Why not kill him in his own house? And then Bear freaks out, and they got to take care of a second body. We're talking about adding 5 minutes here, okay? Maybe 3 minutes of exposition. Why would Ian go over to Bear's house? That's dumb. He's never gone over to Bear's house throughout the entire film. Not one time. Why not just kill him right there? $1 billion, congratulations, gunshot to the head, gone. We had to take care of him too.
That would have been good.
You're coming home with me. Why are you dressed like that? They get home. Where did you get a gun? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she could be holding the gun on him the whole time. freaking out, having her weird exorcist kind of moments. Go home, whatever. They go upstairs. And then he also escapes her. They're sitting on the couch together. And she like throws up on him. And he's like, I love you. Like whatever, right? Great scene. The acting is great. But the exposition and the way that it was, He just kind of like goes to the bathroom and like locks her out, but we don't really see the struggle of how he gets up and goes to the bathroom. He just all of a sudden he's like in the bathroom and she's like banging on the door. I didn't like that. I would have wanted to see more of a struggle to get to the bathroom, I think.
Or a little trick he says to her.
If she had held him at gunpoint the whole way home and he like grabbed the gun and ran to the bathroom, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Didn't happen that way. I like that she makes the wish, whatever. There's one other thing that really threw me off, one other plot point, and then we can get to some comments if we have any. The other plot point was that when there's like a little bit of like a thing after the party, and I know you want to talk about the party scene, where she like goes to the hospital and the nurse is like, we don't hear anything, there's no audio, there's music playing. They kind of deny her entry to the hospital, it looked like, or something like that.
She gets out of the car and like almost is dancing. So maybe she's pretending she's fine or something, although she has huge bottle glass impalement.
Made no sense to me.
I didn't
Made
get it.
no sense to me. I would have liked if there had been a scene. Again, we're talking about 3 minutes of exposition. You have a nurse pulling pieces of glass out of the head and a social worker there saying that Bear did this and are you in an abusive relationship type thing, and Nikki being totally normal.
Yeah.
No, I slipped. I fell. I don't even know how this happened. Right, Bear? Like,
yeah.
That would have been great. Would have been great. And it would have really solidified that Bear is now trapped in this reality as well. To me. I didn't see any of that shit. I didn't see any of that. Instead of the Hippocratic Oath, we saw a doctor being a hypocrite saying we're not going to take her. I think, because there was no audio, so we don't really know. Another thing that really bothered Edmund that he said as we held hands walking out of the theater. At the party, there's a couple of things here. I didn't like that she was a writer. It didn't make any sense to me. They're playing Jenga. There's a giant Jenga they're playing, big old block Jenga, and there's writing on each of the things. Nikki goes and picks up the Jenga thing, doesn't say anything, and then stands up and starts reciting a passage from her latest creative writing thing. Something about Hansel fucking Gretel or... Okay. Everybody's freaked out. It was a bizarre moment. She said that if Hansel didn't lay with me like he normally does, I would slice. This would have also been good in the cat scene had she sliced a piece of her arm off or something. Yeah. She said she would remove flesh from her loins or something and roll it up and insert it. Okay. Blech. Which I thought was great, by the way. But, like, what's with the writing? What's with the weird recitations? Had she read the block and it said, read your favorite poem. Read a passage or tell somebody something about them that you've never told them before. Or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I would have liked that more. But this whole, like, I'm a writer bullshit that we never really explore and they just throw things in there to be creepy, it didn't make sense. It's creepy enough. The scene with her moving Sarah out of the way and that frowny face, they cut to the frowny face and she gets up and moves Sarah and then kisses the boyfriend. I loved that. I thought that was fucking creepy enough.
That was good. I wish Sarah kind of...
Sarah's also kind of badass, no?
Well, she should have acted a little bit differently.
Wouldn't Sarah have been like, what the fuck?
Or like, you smiled and then been like weirded out. Like,
now, if Ian's been fucking Nikki this whole time, you think he would have said something?
Yeah.
Didn't. And then on top of everything else, real Nikki snaps back into reality, starts freaking out, stabs herself in the face with a fucking broken glass bottle. And nobody did anything.
Everyone just stood there.
Everyone went, oh my God. Nobody called 911. Nobody said, oh my God, do you need help? Nobody said, what the fuck is going on? All of them suck. All of them just watched a girl totally harm herself and didn't say what the actual fuck is going on. That's weird to me.
There should have been more screams from partygoers.
There should have been a lot of things in that scene that weren't. And I liked that Bear kind of sat there throughout the bullshit of her reading and all that stuff, because he was sitting there going, this is what I deal with every day. You all think it's me. You all think it's me. Now, I love that aspect of the scene. But the second someone gets up and puts a glass bottle in their eye, maybe somebody says, hey, should we call somebody?
Yeah.
Nobody called anybody. Nobody called anybody. That's fucking weird. That's weird to me.
Apparently, with the emergency room scene, it's because she refused medical.
Are you looking this up? Where are you getting this? Okay.
Because she refused medical treatment, and because she, the principle of consent, when Nikki had a deep gash in her face, she was still capable of walking, making it clear to the nurse that she did not want to go inside. So that's why when she was dancing, she was like, no, I'm fine.
Don't you think it would have been better to see her sitting on a hospital table saying these are the forms that you have to sign if you want to sign yourself out and you're refusing treatment?
Yeah.
Three lines. No, I'm fine. What? You're fine? Look at your face. There, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
Would have been.
Instead, we get dancing Nikki and a hospital worker who looks like she's denying care to the patient.
Yeah.
We
had to look it up.
That's what I'm saying. If you got to look it up later, not that great of exposition. Not that you need everything to be on the nose. Like, you can leave room for interpretation. Like, I don't know if you noticed this, because I was watching this review that had some Easter eggs in it. In the very beginning, there's like a strip of pictures, like we took at that, when we went out to that bar and they had the $5 thing, you take a strip of pictures, right? There's one of those with Bear and Nikki and Ian. And the first picture is blurry, like he's pulling her in. And then it's both of them together, and Bear's happy, and Nikki's like, why am I here? And then Ian pops in, and the three of them make a funny face.
Yeah.
And it was cute. You could kind of see it. These are little, like, Easter eggs that set up the whole thing. I get it. I love that. I think it's great. But, like, didn't have to look that up, that she doesn't actually like him. You know what I mean? Didn't have to, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Also, the Hansel and Gretel thing that she reads from the story, apparently that plays back to real Nikki saying that she loved Bear as a brother. I love you like a little brother to me. She says that in the car ride home initially before he makes the wish. Okay. Okay. Kiss the person on your left thing. I thought that was fantastic. Mm-hmm. But again, 3 lines. No, Bear, I'm fine. I'm going to sign these forms. We're going to go home. Right? Now, I will say the scene that I loved was the no scene.
In the
restaurant,
yeah.
I thought we were having a nice date. Can you imagine if you're on a date and she gets up and starts doing that? And be like, I'd have been like, I don't know who this broad is, but she's got to go. Like right there. But he's an incel. And he wants to make it work with fake. That's the thing that makes him such an asshole to me. Even at the end, when he's asking her, toward the end, when he's like, when he has the realization that none of it's real, and he's like, it's not real, you don't really love me, or whatever he says, right? Fuck you, dude. Like, what? Like, you? Of course it's not. You made a wish on a stick, you idiot. You know? Of course it's not real. Of course she doesn't love you. Who would love you?
Sarah?
Yeah. Should have gone that direction. Moron. A fucking idiot. Okay. So we talked about all that stuff. Do we have people or we don't have people tonight?
We got some comments.
Go ahead. What do we got? Anything fucking relevant? I don't want Dan saying I like your suit jacket.
I didn't read any of them.
Scroll up.
Jish.mp4, the acting was scary enough on its own that I dare say the sound guy didn't need to rely on the audio to deliver the scare so much.
That's a dare that you dare say, because I'm sure that there was plenty of audio editing in there. There was a lot of tweaks on the on Nikki's performance when she's possessed. There was a lot of pitch changes and a lot of that stuff. There's plenty of work. Listen, all around, every department put in a fuckload of work. There's no question. There's no question. One thing that I would have liked to have seen before we move on, I wish that the beginning had been a little bit brighter. and less scary movie-ish.
Yeah.
I wish that color grade had kind of progressed with like a dark cloud over there.
Cool.
I would have liked to see that change a little bit more throughout. I felt like the whole thing was very monotone regarding the look of the film. Whatever. Nitpicking.
And Blarda, practical horror is so much scarier because it could be real.
Yes.
Like the original, like the original It film, it's so much, like the original It film is so much scarier because it just looks like a really creepy guy in the neighborhood.
Yes, as opposed to Pennywise with the balloon head, which, by the way, is still scary, okay? And the Skarsgård brother did a great face. He looks like my friend who's an actor, Ryan, and I tell him all the time he looks like Skarsgård.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he has those eyes and you know what I mean? But yeah, I totally agree. Everything these days feels very CG. I was worried going into this film. Oh, you mentioned the 4:3 aspect ratio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
That was interesting. I was worried going into this film that it was going to look cheap.
Yeah, me too.
Looked great. Every shot, I mean, it looked great. It was like a film. It was a movie. I didn't have any issues with it whatsoever. So no issues there. But yeah, no, I totally agree. Because if you watch the 1980 whatever It with the guy, it's creepy for its own reasons. It looks like it's just
still my favorite.
It looks like a dude running around dressed like a clown. Whereas like the new It looks like a CG kind of like it's just cartoony and not realistic, and it takes you out of it. Is it scary? Sure, it could be scary. But the older It looks like a guy you would not hire for your kid's birthday party.
No, I mean, Tim Curry absolutely killed that scene.
Murder.
Killed that film. Mini series, excuse me. And Blarda, my favorite part of that scene is that she was dark and silhouetted in the corner, but you can still see the outline of her mouth and nose very faintly.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, when in the bedroom. Yeah, it was creepy. It was creepy.
I am Blarda again. I thought the not dead dad reveal was a little weak. It would have been cooler if he showed up fine or if we found out in a different way rather than if Ian just called to tell him.
Okay, I don't disagree with you. So that's the other thing. Does Nikki own that house? Like, I know Bear was given his apartment or whatever it is after the grandmother
Everyone just
died.
has a house.
That's the thing. Nobody called to check up on Nikki. Ever. Nobody gave a shit. She didn't have an apartment. She had a full single-family home.
Yeah.
Who does she live with? She just moves in with Bear and no one even... Weird.
Very weird.
I get it. It's a movie, Nick. Get over yourself. I get it. Weird. Loose end. This is like a 22, 25-year-old girl?
Yeah, are they fresh out of high school? Or are they like 18, 19?
Well, one of them's trying to get into a college.
Yeah.
And they all work at this record store for that girl's father.
A music store.
Whatever. Records play music. But nobody checks up on Nikki. Why? That's weird.
Yeah.
And I get that she has the estranged father. Where's the mom? Does she live with grandparents? Who the fuck does she live with? In Burbank. Okay, unless she's selling her ass on the corner. Like, what is she doing? Selling drugs on Skid Row. What is she doing?
She didn't have money because she asked, I think, Ian for a 20 to give to the
give to the homeless guy. Who was the first AD, by the way, the homeless guy.
Really?
Yeah, there's a great like BTS of him calling like camera rolls,
Yeah.
like everything, and then he like goes down to being a homeless
I
guy.
liked Ian's line. He's like, "Oh, great! I just bought that guy's heroin tonight."
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that was pretty funny.
So I will say that like they make edgier content, and a lot of their jokes and sketches on YouTube. Ian, the guy who plays Ian and Curry, their stuff is like edgier. So like I knew that like the wit would be there. Like they weren't holding back. I did not feel. You know what? I'll say this: not a lot of representation in this film.
Yeah.
This film was very white.
It's California, right?
Shocking.
So it should be like
Shockingly
a
white.
lot Hispanics, 40%.
Well, we don't say that word. We say people of Latin descent.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
Hispanics.
Excuse me.
That was crazy. No, there was one black guy. One black guy at the party. He sat next to
Yes,
Nikki.
I remember. Yep.
And was like, hitting on Nikki or whatever. He was like, I'll sit next to Nikki. And she looked at Bear like, no. And I was like, rude and racist. Why would you not want to sit next to him? What would be the problem? White girl sitting next to a black guy. What would be the problem with that?
I don't know.
Well, that's what I was asking Nikki. Racist.
Yep.
So, yeah, they all have one black friend so that they could be inclusive. No gays. Well, the guy at the shop at the end who was like, what's the one wish Willow? He was kind of...
Possibly gay?
Well, either that or just, eccentric. I did like that, though. I loved that humor of, like, I'm kidding. They're right there. Mm-hmm. You can't come in here with this energy. I loved that.
He's like, yeah. We ran out of those. No, I'm just kidding. They're right over there.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
He was like, first of all, what is a one wish Willow? And Bear, like, almost loses his mind. I thought it was great. He's like, fuck, It's like, I'm kidding, dude. They're right there.
Yeah.
But you really need to tone it down. I loved that.
It was pretty good. Yeah, Amblarda, I love the plot, but it's true that I saw so much stuff coming. The dead dad, Sarah's death, the gun, etc.
Yep. But see, I don't know. Again, I don't mind when stuff is on the nose. I'm not a big horror movie person, but it's like you can't go into as an example, right? You watch Final Destination, you know they're all going to die. You know it's going to be in a specific order. You know that it's going to be some weird dramatic death. And you go to see how they die. Like you go to see the gruesome nature of these deaths. It's a horror movie. I assume there'd be blood and guts. I assume there'd be some creepy, possessive crap. I assume that there would be, like, how are you going to scare people if there's none of that? No, he snaps the thing, they fall in love, and everything's perfect. Obviously not, right? So it's like, I don't mind if stuff is on the nose. I feel like horror movies are supposed to be a little bit predictable.
Yeah.
Like, let me guess, they die, But at the same, so I didn't mind that as much, the predictability aspect of it. I still thought it was pretty thrilling, and I think that the scenes themselves, even on an individual level, were creepy enough that it's like, oh my God, imagine if this was real, and you wake up at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and your girlfriend is screaming, standing in the corner saying she's watching you sleep. Ew, what is this? What is life right now? Like, that's creepy as fuck. So it's like, yeah, I watch it more like, how do we get to the point of them dying? How do we, like, what happens along the way? Like, when is Sarah going to go? Oh, she likes Bear too? That's going to be an issue, obviously. When is she going to die kind of deal? And then you get the jump scare, head smash that I thought was great. Even with the mannequin. And I love stuff. By the way, so much better than if they had CG'd her face off. I would much prefer a mannequin with an eyeball hanging out of it. I love that. I thought it was great. So, I didn't really have an issue with that. We got anything else or what?
Yes. Jish.mp4, that close-up of the body was 1,000% necessary.
Okay, Jish, whatever you like. Whatever you're into, Jish.
Also, Jish.
Jish likes goth chicks. That's what it is, though. I know him.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he loves the goth chick. So at the end.
Did he cry? Jish, did you cry? Did you shed a tear when Sarah was put to sleep?
Killed?
Yeah.
Moy did. He probably did. But then he got, there's a little reprise there. She was sitting in the chair waiting for him after.
Yeah.
And Jish was like, oh. I'm not going to speak for Jish.
Jish also, in case it doesn't get mentioned, the scene where Bear goes back to the crystal store in a frenzy and the cashier's WTF bro makes him finally look in a mirror was really good.
Yeah, when he finally sees himself and he's covered in blood and he's running around and the whole, like, everything, the gravity of the situation kind of hits him. I like that. I liked it. I thought it was good. Again, cinematography-wise, I love mirror shots. I liked that they did not have him close the medicine cabinet and have her standing behind him. I liked that because that's like a typical horror movie. Medicine cabinet opens.
I was waiting for that.
I think we all were.
3 times, 2 or 3 times.
And because he didn't do it, I liked that.
I love that.
I liked that. So I thought that was good. Something creepy happens and then they have sex. The one where we see them having sex. And you were mentioning the fake moaning.
Yeah, because I was wondering, like, it went from some weird point to
them having sex.
And I was just like, that.
I thought that was weird. It made me hate Bear even more.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, you're a user and an abuser, and like you're a bad man. You're like not a good guy. Also, who doesn't take their pants fully off? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's an incel who doesn't know what he's doing. That answered the question.
Boxers are right below the bum.
Yeah, and why don't we just the thing with guy boxers? There's a whole. Why did you have to? Why did you have to pull? I didn't need to see your giant ass. I didn't need to see that. Wasn't
Me
a great
neither.
ass. You know, not a
Yeah.
fan.
All right.
Not with that color grade. It wasn't. You know, it just. Like, and if you're gonna end the shot on their faces, why did we need to see the ass at all?
Yeah.
I could have assumed, if we had just seen the top half of them, that they were having sex.
I read the original cut before making it like an R-rated. Like the extra 30 seconds was a bit.
He goes
more,
full frontal.
I just read that it's more gore and probably more sex.
Really?
Well, they cut some stuff to make it an R rating.
I gotta ask, for actors out there, nobody's gonna watch this, but like for actors out there, does that bother you? If a director, like if you're gonna do a sex scene, I get it. You sign up for the stuff. I get it, right? You're gonna do a sex scene. If you then go see the movie and it's cut, do you not think to yourself like, "Where's the sex scene? Why did I get naked?"
Yeah.
If I got naked on camera, I'd be every frame of that. Put every fucking frame of that on camera. Otherwise, you're a creep, and I don't care how much you paid me. Why'd you make me film that and then cut it?
Yeah.
All right? That's weird. Because, like, where's that footage of me naked?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a little overexposed. We can't really fix the film negative there.
I want the negatives. Okay?
We have a copy of the negatives. We have a...
I bet you do. I bet you do. Wow.
Amblarda,
Yep.
seeing things come. Oh my God, I can't even read that. Seeing things coming didn't ruin the movie, but specifically for a psychological horror, it makes it more impactful when stuff comes out of nowhere.
$750. That's all I got to say. $750. This is what you get for $750. I will say, all in all, I liked the dialogue. I liked the story. I thought it was cute. And this is what you get. A YouTube feature. That's what it is. And you got to understand, going into this production, they did not expect this outcome.
Yeah.
He said, I want to make a cheap horror movie. And he made a cheap horror movie. And he had no idea, at the time that he wrote the script with his dad, he had no idea that it would be this much of a success. I'm very happy for him. But this is a YouTube cheap horror movie that's doing very, very well. Is it earth-shatteringly? 7 out of 10. I'm going to go 7 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. And the only thing that gets it from a 6 to a 7.5 is the astounding acting job.
Indy did amazing.
Okay? It's like amazing. She did amazing. And the shit she had to subject herself to. Listen, I get it. I've been on set. I feel like there's a lot of over talking about like, oh, well, I was subjected. I had to have throw up all over me. You had PAs there. You were having fun. I've seen the BTS.
Did Indy make a post saying I didn't get paid fairly or?
No, of course not. But I'm saying like, you see this in general. People are like, oh, it was really brutal on me. Like I all made movies. We know it's not that bad. It's fake throw up, okay? It's not real. Nobody had to throw up on anybody.
But it was cold fake throw up.
Fuck off. Put a jacket on. Horror movies are fun to make. Fake blood is fun. People love getting messy. It's fun. But the psychological aspects of that performance were hands down the best. You got anything else?
Yes, Ep.84. Let it be said, I prefer my goth chicks alive, LOL. Good.
Thank you for clarifying. I'm glad we cleared the record on that.
Yeah, me too. That is it. Is there anything else you want to talk about this film?
How was it? Well, not about the film necessarily. We can talk about the weekend a little bit. I filmed with Big Red on Saturday.
Yeah, how'd that go? I saw a BTS
90
photo.
degrees.
You were outside?
All day. Hey, Big Red, let's write something indoors.
Yeah, last time we filmed with Big Red, it was, 86, 87? 88?
Lucky number.
Lucky number. It is a lucky number.
Yeah, no, it was out there 85 degrees filming with Big Red. It was a fun day. You know what I noticed? Big Red lives near a beach. That's all I'm going to say about that. No doxing. Lives near a beach, and it was a hot day, and that beach was crowded, and I had to drive past the beach on the way to Big Red's place.
Okay.
And when you think of the beach, what do you think of the people that are on the beach? Like if you had to paint a picture in your head of people on the beach, what do those people look like? Baywatch, right?
Oh, yeah.
In your head, in dreamland. It's like you think of the beach,
Well,
you think of hot chicks, hot dudes.
Which Boston beach is this?
I'm not going to say. I don't want to dox Big Red.
Okay.
And it wasn't, yeah.
There's not many in Boston. Is he in Boston area?
Not going to dox Big Red.
I don't know where he lives. I don't know.
Near the beach.
Okay. So
it's a city beach.
Mm-hmm.
The hotties, natties, not so muchies, okay? Yeah. They have like traffic cops.
Yeah.
You should have beach cops who go, ma'am, put a shirt on.
Yeah.
Please go home or we'll write you a ticket. You are being detained. You cannot leave until you put a shirt on.
This is public indecency here.
Oh, my God. People walking by with the chair on their back should have worn the chair on the front so that I didn't have to look at them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, man, it was brutal. There was, and like, I get it, but like, I don't get it. I get that it's hot. Put a bag on your head so we don't have to know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's really rough.
I'm sorry you had to endure that.
Yeah, and it was hot. Israelis love filming with Big Red, though. Would do it anytime.
What'd you guys film?
Sketches, just some stuff. I don't know when they're coming
Just
out.
you
I
and
don't know
him,
anything
or
about it.
was
No,
there
a couple
other-
other people there, but whatever.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep, and we talked about some ideas, maybe some more stuff on the horizon.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
What else did you do this weekend?
That was pretty much the weekend. We went out, we celebrated, we got some pina colada-esque drinks afterward in celebration of the film,
Yeah.
because we were very in touch with our feminine side.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was the review. What would you give it? I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Honest, don't be mean. Well, seriously, it was good, dude. It was for 750 YouTubers who just made a movie.
Give it a 6.8.
That's bitchy.
What?
That's rough, dude.
You gave it a 7.
0.5.
You first said 7. I'll give it a 7
out of 10.
out of 10.
That's fair. Leave a comment down below. What would you, out of 10, give Obsession? And listen, enough with the bullshit. If you're going to tell me Obsession's like the greatest thing since sliced bread, you just haven't watched a lot of films. I'm very proud of Curry. I think we need more Obsessions. I think we need more indie films. I think we need more cheap films. And I like that it's an original story. But can we not with the, oh my God, this is so amazing. I've never seen anything like this. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Go watch The Exorcist. Same fucking thing. Okay? Final Destination. Same thing.
This is
It's a horror movie. It's a horror movie. Cheap horror movie. I still paid money, and I don't regret paying money, and I think it was worth it.
Yeah, same.
It ain't the best thing in the whole fucking world. It's just a cheap movie. And I believe that we need millions more cheap movies. Millions more. Like Obsession.
This is his second feature film, right? Milk and Cereal was his first?
Did that come out on YouTube or something?
I think so, yeah. Have you seen it?
No, I've seen a couple of his horror shorts, though. And, you can see a lot of, similarities in the way that he, does things. I thought the editing was great. He did a great job. And I liked the dialogue. But, again, those plot holes that we talked about.
Yeah.
Those are just things that I would tighten up. And, listen, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm saying hopefully you'll have another round of eyes on the thing, just get I don't expect. People were complaining that Bear was an asshole, okay, online. And they were saying that, oh no, Curry was offered $2 million at the script level to rewrite it so that Bear was the hero in the end. And he said, I'm not taking money for Bear to be the hero who's doing all the right things. That's not the point of the character or the film.
Yeah.
And I love that he turned down, I don't know if that's true or not, that's what I read, that he turned down $2 million to make Bear the hero. Good on you, Curry, for turning that down. That makes sense, because it would have been shit if Bear had been, I can't imagine Obsession I can't imagine Obsession being any different than it was, except for those like plot points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the plot point, the changes that I would want to make don't really change the story. They just tie up plot point issues. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below if you loved Obsession, if you think there should be a part 2 or something else. If you hated it, I'd love to hear somebody who said that Obsession sucks because everybody's been saying how much they love it. But not that I would want someone to say that it sucks, but I'd love to hear the reasons why you think it sucks because you're wrong. This is very good.
I mean, art's subjective, so.
Yeah, $300 million fucking dollars. This thing is projected to make $300 million. Okay? That's objectively good.
But he only made 15 of that.
He makes a little bit more than he'll be just fine.
I hope so.
He'll be just fine. He could make quite a few 750s after this.
Yeah.
Okay? Which I think he should, and that's really the point. You make the cheap, you make some money to make more cheap, to make more to make cheap.
I'm predicting he's going to make a comedy next. You heard it here first, folks.
I don't know. He makes a lot of comedy sketches, but his short films there's been a lot of horror. Did you watch Milk and Cereal? Is it a comedy?
No, I think it's a horror. Okay. Well, you know.
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe now that he's made money, he'll venture off and do something else. I don't know. I wish him all the best, and I'll be in the theater to watch and support, and we'll be right here on the following Monday at 8 p.m. to review that film. And I wish him the best of luck. I hope he doesn't sell out. I hope he doesn't do anything that's too Hollywoody. Hope he doesn't end up, flying to any islands or anything like that in the meantime.
What? Oh, okay. I thought that was an Oliver Tree reference there. Oof.
No. Anyway, be careful what you wish for, folks, and we will see you next Monday night. Leave your comments. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Nick Williams Show live every Monday, 8 p.m. Thanks. Love you. Bye.